Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Life with Marianne and Joe. Joe here again, and I know a lot of you have been asking where Marianne is, and Marianne has been extremely busy. She has been running around like crazy and doing a lot of work, so we don't get to catch her very often on the video, but I promise you she will be making an appearance really soon. She sends her best to everybody, and she said thank you to everyone who always asks for her. So today we're going to be continuing on our decorating journey for spring and Easter 2022, and I'm still here in the family room working on my spring Easter woodlands decor. And you can see behind me, if you didn't catch those videos, those were a couple of videos. That top piece was one video, then this piece right here was another video, and then the side pieces with my tulip eggs and my plates was another video. And so if you get a chance and if that you didn't see them, please take a look at those. So today we're going to be working on the mantle in here, and I'm going to try something a little bit different than I normally do. I know those of you who know me usually know that I like to do over-the-top mantles, or what I call over the top. It might not be over the top for some people that are really over the top. But, you know, I do cram a lot of things on the mantle. Yeah, for this mantle here in the family room, because the TV is here, I'm toning it down a lot this year. As I say later on in the video, I'm going to say it now anyway, you know, it was very heavy for the fall and for Christmas. And what happened was the remote was having a hard time working. Even though I made sure to stay below that middle part on the TV, the remote really wasn't working. And every time I had to change the channel, I had to stand up to change the channel. Or if Marianne was sitting down, I'd have to run in to change the channel for her. So for those of you that have your TV over your fireplace, I'm sure you experience the same problem. It's very difficult. And we upped the size. You know, we originally, I think we had like a 60-inch television there, and now our TV is 75 inches. So the space between the bottom of the TV and the mantle is even smaller than it was before. So what I decided to do was I decided to do a little bit different installation this time. So, you know, I'm getting the idea that a lot of you are looking for something that is a little bit out of the box from me, a little bit out of the envelope, or however you want to say it. And that is exactly what I try to do. I try to mix it up for me and for you. I have a very short time of liking something the way it is before I want to change it. I do everything with that. I get really tired quickly. I think that's the artist in me that wants to constantly change something, and you know, it drives some people crazy. Like Marianne, it drives her crazy. You know, every time I go to take something down, she's like, "Oh, don't take it down. That's really nice. I don't take it down." And it's like, you know, I want to take it down. And then she likes, you know, when I change it, but then I go through the same thing again. "Oh, don't take that down." You know, so that's just, you know, that's part of it. I don't know why I'm like that, but again, like I said, I just like to see, I'm always thinking, hey, if I do this, I can make it better. So I already finished the mantle. Obviously, I'm making this introduction after I did the mantle. I hope you like it. Leave me a comment what you think. You might not like this installation that I'm doing, but that's okay too, because, you know, everybody likes something different, and that's what makes the world go around. So let me know. Give me a thumbs up if you like it, and even if you don't like it, give me a thumbs up. It helps my channel so much. And subscribe if you just stumbled on me. Yeah, so let's take a look at the video and see what you think. All right, so I started the mantle here in the family room, and I'm not going to do whimsical like if you saw my living room. That one was very full and very whimsical with the carrots and everything else, but still very springy, I thought. If you didn't catch it, please check it. I'll try to put it in the description box below. And again, for those of you who know me, you know I always put a board up here in order to hang all of my stuff that I put on the mantle. But I think you come here because you're looking for something different, and I think you're expecting me to do something different most of the times. And It gets hard sometimes to think of something, but I'm trying something a little bit different because through the fall and through the winter, I had this very full, and this right here in the center is what reads the remote. And every time I had to change the TV, I had to stand up to change the TV, and it got to be a little bit annoying. So I'm trying a different application for this spring because I do want it to look lighter. If you remember, I'm doing a woodlands theme in here. So what I did was and I don't usually use them, but I put 3M hooks up underneath here, underneath, not on top, but underneath. And I put these branches on here, very, very few. And if you notice, usually I would put the more full at the ends, but this time I chose to put the full in the middle. So hopefully it's going to work out. And I'm not going to overload this. I want it to look like spring. I want it to look fresh. Usually the fall and obviously Christmas is very heavy. So let's see if I can manage to do that. All right, so I have this like little vine, like it's, God, I can't remember any of my plants anymore. But anyway, it's springy looking because the leaves are small and it's a very light color. And I have a couple of them. I'm going to intertwine them delicately through those branches. Okay, so there you go. I delicately just intertwine those in those branches just so it kind of looks like the branches are starting to bud with leaves. All right, to soften the edge, I just put this, and again, it has that very light green color, that suggests that it is just blooming. It doesn't have that really dark green that it would get in the summer. So I did that on each end. All right, so I have 4 of these. There's paint on my fingers, and this is what they look like. I only have 4 of them, so I'm going to try to work those in. Okay, so I kind of like just intertwine them in. I remember I only had 4 of them, so I used 2 on this side so you can see them kind of wound in there so they look like perhaps they're growing, alongside the branch or within the branch itself. So that's the those picks. I really like those. I like that hanging, drippy kind of stuff. It always looks, mystical to me. Next thing is I took my Missy Sleepy eggs. I don't know if you saw them. I made them a couple of years ago with those little faces, and I actually painted over the faces. And I just brushed some of the lilac paint that I made over these eggs. Now remember, maybe you don't remember because you don't know who I am, but I had glued these flowers onto here because I made them kind of look like she had a little hat on with those leaves. So it kind of blends in. So I just kind of stacked them a little bit. Actually, I had to hot glue those so that they would stay in place. And I did that on each side. And here's the other side right here. All right, next I put in this tulip, and actually this was a yellow tulip, and I painted it because I can't find any tulips anywhere, and especially the color I want. So I just painted it out. Now, as of right now, as I'm videoing this, I just put 1 on each side. So I'm debating right now. I'm thinking to myself, perhaps I'm going to have maybe just a couple more kind of like loosely look like they're there. That not that that they. I don't know, that they're just there. It just might need more. I might need 1 in here, and I might need 1 in there. I'm not really sure what I'm doing. I'm thinking about it right now, but you're going to see in probably the next clip. You'll see what I decide. All right, so I did add 2 more tulips. I added 1 there and 1 there. Now notice I added yellow, and usually I really like monochromatic, especially in florals. I just think it looks more elegant looking. But what's happening is that when I walked into the room, everything was kind of blending together too much. It was like just too much of the same thing. So that little pop of yellow on each side right here just lets your eye bounce to something else. Otherwise it becomes stagnated and you're looking at something and it just becomes a blur, and that's not good. You don't want that. You want something that your eye can move from thing to thing. So that yellow made the pinks brighter and the lilacs brighter and the green brighter, and they all are kind of playing off each other. Okay, so now also if you notice, I have the branches leaning in. So what happens is when something points in a direction, that's where your eye tends to move. So if I had the longer edges on the outside, your eye would broaden and would kind of look towards the outside of the mantle. With this application, because I tried to do it opposite of what I would normally do, it makes your eye look to the center. So now what I need something down here in front of the fireplace. So I'll make some kind of floral arrangement there. So that is my next step. And this is what I'm going to use. I'm going to use this, and I was going to paint it, but I think I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it this color. I'm going to use that riser, and I'm going to use those. So that's my 3 elements for the front of the fireplace. All right, I want this to have height. So what I did was I cut a cardboard topper there, and I just put a couple of dots of hot glue to hold it there, and then I used part of this floral foam and I hot glued it in an upright. So now what I'm going to do is I can start building this kind of like in a pyramid shape. I think I'm going to use these candle holders here around the arrangement that I just made, in the hearth area. And I'm going to use these candles. I don't know if you saw this. I did this DIY a while back. These were pink. I painted them this lilac color. I gave this color a run for its money this year. And I stenciled on using DAP spackle, these flowers. That's the same, thing I used on the plates. I can't think of the name of it right now. I'm getting really bad. And what I did was at the top here, I painted the top of the candle holder the same color so it looks like a flower, and then I'm going to use this. I'm going to put these around that flower arrangement. Okay, everybody, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed this video and a little bit different kind of mantle for me. And I'll let you know if I like it in a couple of days. It might change, it may not change, it probably won't. I'm probably going to keep it the way it is. It's just something different, and I like different. All right, everybody, take care. I'll be seeing you soon. I guess I'm going to be finishing up this room so I can move on into the dining room soon. Okay, everybody, have a good one. Bye-bye.